A few of these are salvageable. One of them, I'm not so sure. And I found out something about the way SOAR prices these plants that I didn't expect. Welcome to the Chlorophyll Chronicles, where every plant has a story. Let's write it well. So here's what I'm doing. A couple of weeks ago, I rescued 2 clearance plants, and spoiler, pretty much both of them survived. You saw the update, but after I made that video, I started wondering, why do these plants end up on the clearance rack in the first place? Is it always just from neglect, or is there something else going on? So I went back out there to the big box stores and I wanted to know. I went to Home Depot, to Lowe's, to Walmart, and I didn't just pick up whatever was on the rack. I deliberately looked for a few of the worst ones that I could find. The plants that made you go, oof, that one's not gonna make it. Why? I know what's exactly fixable and what is not. And I want to tell you the difference before you spend your money. So let's get into it. So I went to the stores and I wanted to know what the clearance plants look like, and some of them were really, really bad. This one was at Lowe's, and the clearance section was, well, it was exactly what you'd expect. A metal rack pushed off to the side near the garden center exit with a handwritten sign that just says clearance. So the first one I picked up was this Hypoestus or polka dot plant, and I got it for, I think, under $5 for originally from $12.98 or something like that. And right away I could see the problem. It has brown tips on the leaves. The soil was bone dry. It had been underwatered, honestly, probably for weeks. But here's the thing. Underwatering is usually fixable. The roots might still be fine. The damage is cosmetic. Brown tips don't reverse, but new growth comes in clean if you fix the watering. I also grabbed this Peperomia obtusifolia, and this one looks worse. It only has a few leaves on it, a few little stems. It got split leaves and brown edges or brown spots on them. Yeah. The soil originally was soggy, and when I smelled it, I had to be honest with you, there was a faint odor of rot. So probably overwatered. I've let it dry out a little bit, but possibly has root rot. So from one store, 2 plants. One probably just thirsty, and one possibly rotting from the inside. And both of them were sitting on the same rack with the same discount. No indication of which one had a real chance and which one didn't. And then I went over to Lowe's, and their clearance rack actually had a lot of plants on it. It was much bigger than I expected. A whole row of discounted plants. And the fern that I got, I picked up this fern, and it was marked down to $2.50. And the reason this one was on the clearance was pretty obvious. It looks pretty brown, crispy fronds everywhere, but there's a lot of green, so that's good, but it still had some neglect, as you can well see. But here's what I noticed. If you actually look closer, there's actually some really bright green fronds coming in. Not a lot, you gotta really look in there, but there's little ones down here too, tiny little green fronds coming in. So the plant is still putting out some new growth. So you pull all of this dead stuff away, and at the center of the crown and kind of here on the edges, like this one's really brown, the parts where the new growth comes from in the middle here, it indicates that this plant is alive. Down in here, there's new green growth in the crown of the plant where all of the new stuff comes from. And there's not as much brown in here as there is in other areas. So it's still kind of green. It's still alive. This plant isn't dying. It's just ugly. And that's why it's on clearance. Not because it's unhealthy, but because nobody's going to pay full price for a plant that looks like this. Even if it's perfectly fine underneath, it just doesn't look good. And that's the first thing I started to notice. A lot of the clearance plants, they're not sick. They're just not pretty enough to be sold for full price anymore. And store number 3, this clearance section was rough. Plants that look like they'd been there for about a month. And this one, I wasn't sure if it's gonna make it or not. But then I noticed this little tiny green patch right here of new growth. Doesn't look so bad now. I grabbed this one. It's a little Hoya, and it was marked down to, I think, around $3. And right away I could see something right here, this little green part. And I thought, oh, that one has potential. That one could actually do something. But the soil was a little mushy. And also there was a white powdery residue on a few of the stems. Could be mealybugs, could be a powdery mildew. So the first thing I did when I got it home is I took a Q-tip and wiped some of that area off. A Q-tip soaked in alcohol, and I wiped that area off. This one, at least, I'm pretty sure I can bring this one back to life, especially because of this new green area. This plant is telling me that it wants to survive, it wants to live. Now this one, I'm not sure about. I think it's gonna be okay, it has a lot of green on it, but these are very challenging. Also grabbed this guy, this Pothos, I think for marked down to around $3, something like that. And this one looked fine. I'm not really sure, it was legitimately fine. I don't know why it was on the clearance rack. The leaves were healthy, the soil was fine, no pest issues that I could see. So my best guess, it was just on the shelf. It may have been taking up space, maybe for something newer. But anyway, this one seems to be fine. Very happy with that one. So here's what I started to notice from all the stores. So first, most clearance plants fall into 3 categories: underwatered and thirsty, overwatered and rotting, or just ugly cosmetic damage. Nothing actually wrong. And then second, the pricing is all over the place. Some plants are 75% off that were totally salvageable, and some were 50% off and were basically dead. The discount doesn't necessarily denote or indicate what's actually wrong with the plant. The discount doesn't tell you anything about the plant's actual condition. And third, and honestly this is the one that surprised me, none of the stores were trying to hide anything. The tags were still on, the problems were visible if you knew what you were looking for. They weren't going to point it out to you. So how do you actually tell if a clearance plant is worth buying? Here's what I look for. 1, check the roots if you can. So if you can gently pull the plant out of the pot and check the roots. See, I've let this one dry out now, and look at those roots. They don't look so bad. When I pulled this out earlier at the store, it smelled. And now I've let it dry out a bit and it seems to be fine. So anyway, check the roots. If you can, gently slide the plant out of the pot, right there in the store, that's fine. Healthy roots are white or light tan. They're firm to the touch. If they're brown or mushy and smell bad, that's root rot. Walk away. Even though I purchased the one that I think may have had root rot, but I did it for this video so that I can go over what's gonna happen and see whether or not it's going to survive, and then I'll have that in a future update. Some of them, they look relatively good. So number 2, look at the new growth, not the old leaves. The old leaves might be damaged and bad, and usually down near the stem of the plant, you're gonna find the old damaged leaves, or maybe laying on the soil. If the newest leaves or the center crown looks healthy, the plant has a future. Or as some like to say, if there's green, it might survive. The old damage doesn't matter nearly as much as what the plant is doing right now. Number 3, pests. Flip the leaves over, look at the underside, check where the leaf meets the stem, and look for webbing. If the area, like right in here where the petiole meets the stem, if you see webbing in there, that can be an indication that it's spider mites. So you look for any webbing, any white fuzzy, any tiny moving dots. I just assume that every clearance plant has pests until I'm proven otherwise. I treat it like it does. I bring it home, I isolate it, I treat it, I look, I observe, and keep it away from the other plants until it can prove to me otherwise. And 4, the smell test. If the soil smells like rot, like something died in there, that's root rot. You can sometimes save those plants, but it's a lot of work, honestly. And for $3, I probably pass until it's something really special. So here's kind of where things stand. Most of these I think are going to make it. So the Fern and the Pothos, those are getting a spot on my shelf. Polka dot plant and the Peperomia, this one smelled like rot. I'm not sure if it's gonna make it. I'm not very optimistic. And the Hoya, and the little Hoya with the possible mealybugs, that one's in quarantine. The clearance rack is not a graveyard, it's a gamble. Some of these plants are a good watering away from bouncing back. Some of them are not. And the only way to get better at telling the difference is to try. Every plant I've tried to rescue, whether it's made it or not, taught me something I didn't know before. That's the whole reason I do this. So here's what I'd like to know. What's the worst conditioned plant you've ever bought? And did it survive? Drop your story in the comments. I read all of them. Gently tap that like button, and I'll see you in the next one.